Hello diamond painting friends, Jessica here with Tiny Worlds of Wonder, stopping in today to do a little whipping and chatting. Now, a whip and chat is one of the most requested videos on my channel, and because I'm not a whip and chat watcher, I sometimes either hesitate or just forget to make a lot of whip and chats. And so today I'm honoring several requests for a whip and chat. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. A lot has happened here at my house, but also nothing. That is, I think that is normal life in this era of COVID. Like, a lot of things happen, but nothing really happens in my life. So I'll tell you what limited new inputs I have to share with you today, along with just some diamond painting news, some life updates, the works. You're gonna get the works today. So I hope you guys are doing great. Like I said, I am doing very well because of this. It's literally beautiful spring, green, verdant, wonderful season in Montana right now. Who could not be happy seeing that tree every day? At least every day for about 5 or 6 days while the blooms last on it. It's the little things in life I find that make me so happy these days. That is one thing about this whole hardship that we're all going through together. I know some of you out there are going through extreme hardship related to all of this. My heart is with you if that's how things are going for you, truly. If I could reach through the screen and give you a big hug right now, I would. I 100% would. I think for me, one of the things that this whole situation has taught me is just how important and beautiful those little everyday moments are. Let me know down below if that's the case for you. What has changed in your everyday perspective about life since all of this happened with COVID? I know there's some wisdom out there to be shared. So I really think whip and chats are only fun if I'm not the only one talking. So as we kick off today with this whip and chat, I want to remind you that you are a vital part of the whip and chat process. If I'm the only one talking, of course I'm the only one talking right now, but if I stay the only one talking in the comments, it's just not that fun. So do a girl a favor. I'll ask some questions. I always do. I throw some questions, conversation topics out there. Let me know how you are in the comments below. Tell me how you're feeling. Update me a little. If you're a regular commenter on my channel, I guarantee that I recognize your name. And I start to, if you're a creator, you start to notice the people that watch your channel often and comment often. And it's like you develop an affinity for all of your viewers. Even the ones you can't see, you know. I can't see any of you, but see in the comments. I have an affinity for all of you. But those of you who comment often, I consider you part of my little circle. So make sure you participate in this conversation if you would like to. Silent watchers are also welcome. All are welcome here. So today I'm going to be working on this beautiful kit, Sleeps with Butterflies by Margaret Morales. Margaret, thank you so much for letting me show this canvas on my channel. You guys, I am having so much fun with this canvas that I am not getting any sleep. I'm not getting any exercise on the weekends because I'm sitting and working on this canvas. It's embarrassing to say, but I just love it that much. The colors are so beautiful. I mean, are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. I will stick in a progress picture of where I am. I'll take this in the other room after we're done and just take a snapshot so that you can just sort of see the full picture of where we're going to be working. That's a pet peeve of mine. If you watched my whip and chats, you know, like I have to be able to see the whole canvas at some point that the person is working on. I'm gonna be working on this little butterfly in the flower here today, and we'll just see how much we get done. I have easily, by Saturday, which will be the 2-week mark for this canvas, I will have more than half of it done. So the Half Stick of Shadows canvas took me 5 months. This one is gonna take me 1 month. And that for me is the difference between a round and a square. That's how big a difference it makes for me. This one also has quite a bit more color blocking. And that also makes a difference. So like I said, this canvas is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I have no complaints working on this. I'm gonna just, as I'm working, I'll kind of tell you what I think about it and some observations I've made as we go. I think the thing I noticed first when I started working on this one is that my patty wax did not work with these drills. This is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. So I'm basically a member of one Facebook group. It's Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's Facebook group. Because I hate Facebook, I don't have my own group. I never will. I just hate Facebook as a rule. I go on there on occasion and just, you know, post some pictures of my kids for my family. And then I sometimes check in on the group and just see what's up. But I see posts now and then about how patty wax leaves residue on drills, or it's not working for people, or whatever. And I just have always thought, what is up with that? Because patty wax has worked on every canvas that I've ever tried, like so much better than pink wax. So much better. And I was just so confused by these posts that I was seeing until I started working on this canvas. And I have a theory about this. I think maybe, this might be a no-brainer, but I think different drills maybe have different compositions and different surface textures. And so when I use my patty wax on whatever texture this drill has, it pulls it right out. I have no idea why. I've done Diamond Art Club round canvases. I've done just small projects with round drills. I've done square drills with my patty wax and never had a single issue with it. So if you're really struggling with patty wax, I'm just gonna throw out there this observation just in case it helps somebody, because I have never ever had that happen before. So if you're thinking patty wax just doesn't work for you, it leaves a ton of residue, it's coming out of your pen on your drills, experiment with a couple different canvases. If it's happening with all your canvases, that might be one thing, but if you're like me and if this was the first canvas I'd ever done and that was the experience I had with patty wax, I would feel like it just didn't work at all. Whereas because I've done a number of canvases now, I know patty wax works brilliantly on my other canvases. So I'm back to using, this is like Diamond Dotz pink wax. I just pulled something out of my stash that was in my box. So I'm back to using pink wax on this canvas. I tried the super sticky, I tried original patty wax. It just didn't work with these drills. So that's an issue I've never encountered before. I just wanted to share that experience with you guys because it's so bizarre and it's so out of the ordinary. So maybe that helps somebody who's struggling with it. Try it again on your next canvas. There is a bit of a learning curve. There's a bit of a technique adjustment, I feel like, to make with it. Yeah. So, strange observation. There's no way that Robin could test patty wax on every single kind of drill. And in my experience, it's worked on every other canvas. So maybe this is just a weird fluke, like I said. there are two symbols on this canvas that are very confusing. I'll stick in a picture right here. There's a G and there's a 9 that are such similar colors and very similar symbols. And so those two things have been the only weirdness I've encountered with this kit. I'm having a blast. I can't stop diamond painting it. I'm having an absolute blast with it. Now to that end, I'm going to have an unboxing. Let me say that again. I'm not going to have an unboxing because, you guys, I already filmed an unboxing twice. No, I filmed an unboxing once. I filmed an introductory video once on 2 new canvases that I just got from DIY Moonshop. And there's a ton of road construction going on outside my house. So both times when I watched the video back, it was unusable. And as you know, when you unbox something, you can't stick it back in the box and do it again. So there was like a ginormous rumbling truck going by that was shaking my camera like an earthquake the first time. And the second time, when I just had everything out of the box and did an introduction, it was just so noisy that there was no way I could possibly use that footage. So I'm filming this in a little break in the road construction outside my house, and we'll see. It might start up again. If you see the camera start shaking like an earthquake, it's because there's a giant tractor driving 30 feet from where I'm sitting right now. It's been so frustrating. And there's like constant beeping from the backup beep, you know? I filmed the same video so many times that I can't even remember if I've told you guys this before. I feel like I've told you, but it may have been in one of the videos that I can't use because of all the shaking. But the dystonia, I'm really annoyed by off-key sounds. Like, that's one of the things in the world that just drives me the most crazy. Chewing and off-key sounds, like household appliances that beep off-pitch or trucks that beep off-pitch. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have very, very good relative pitch. And so that just about puts me over the edge. The backup beeper on this tractor that is just consistently behind my house is the pitch that is a quarter tone between E and F on the piano. And it's just about to drive me crazy. It's putting me right over the edge. And you guys know, I can't leave my house, really. I mean, I can go for a walk, but there's nowhere I can really go to get away from it. So if I seem a little extra nuts today, that's why. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. If that's the worst thing going on in my life, let's face it, it's not that horrible. Things are going fine. But still, it's really driving me nuts. So all this road construction is making my dystonia feel awful, and it's ruined literally like 3 or 4 videos that I filmed as extras over the last couple weeks, because I normally film and post 1 video a week. I don't have time for more than that usually. But I tried to sneak in a couple extra videos to go sort of midweek. Every single one I did ruined by road construction. So I might be repeating myself with things I said in my last video because I can't remember which one I actually put up and what I said in the video, which have just been garbage. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I will be filming those 2 canvases at some point, and I'll show them to you because they're really awesome and I really, really like them. I want to show them to you. I'm also going to have a really, really fun surprise coming up from DIY Moonshop. DIY Moonshop is launching a mystery artist on June 5th. So be sure you stay tuned because I will be helping to unveil DIY Moon Shop's mystery artist. And there might be a special surprise in there for all of you lovely people, all you wonderful people. So stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a blast. So like I said, that's going to happen on June 5th, as far as I know right at this moment. If that changes, I'll let you know. But with the information I have right now, that's what's happening. Oh, and I have this chunk of pink wax because I forgot I had my other wax sitting here. And then I drop it on my canvas and stick it to it. It's great. It's going great. You too can have a YouTube channel. And you probably do. Judging by the number of diamond painting channels on YouTube, it's very likely that you do have a channel. And good on you if you do. All right, so there's something I want to talk to you guys about because I've seen a lot of murmurs and rumbles going on in the community at large about a couple of things that I just sort of want to, I'm not going to lecture anybody about what they do or say or any of that. Who cares? Who cares what I think about anything? But as I've gotten a little more involved in the diamond painting behind the scenes on the diamond painting industry, a little tiny bit. I've cracked the door a tiny bit. There's tons I don't know. Like you could fill an ocean with what I don't know about everything. But a tiny little bit of insight into the industry at large. I've heard a lot of rumblings lately about shipping times and how long everything is taking, how expensive everything is. And so I just wanted to give you guys a little info. I want you to know that even though China is recovering from their shutdown, it sounds like at this point, things are not back to normal there. So I ordered this canvas, my latest order from DIY Moon Shop, I ordered like mid-February, I want to say. I'm not very good at remembering dates, but I think it was around the 16th of February or so. And I did not get that order until May 8th. So that is a long time. Even for DIY Moon Shop, whose shipping tends to be lengthy because they make all of their stuff to order. Even for them, that's a long time. And I know if you're shopping on Diamond Art Club, the inventory is very low. If you're looking for canvases from Distracted by Diamonds, they're very, very hard to get. Well, there's a reason for that, and it's because all of the factories that make all the components of diamond paintings in China, because beyond the pink raspberry in Canada, I don't know of anyone outside of China that manufactures diamond paintings. Every single diamond painting that I have ever encountered is manufactured in China. Diamond Art Club is, Distracted by Diamonds is, Craftably is, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Craftably. But they all rely on this supply chain from China. So if you have a bunch of factories that are shut down, that includes factories that make canvas and drills, adhesive, not to mention the designers and manufacturers that actually compile all those things and create the diamond painting canvases themselves. If there are massive shortages of those things, there's no way that diamond painting companies can get their product imported in a timely way. So I think it's important that all of us practice patience, understanding, and humanity during this time. Of course, it's important for diamond painting manufacturers to keep their customers in the loop, especially if they're doing pre-orders or any of that. And that's just the company's responsibility. Certain things are the company's responsibility, but so much of this stuff is just out of anyone's control. And there's absolutely nothing that these companies can do to fix it other than just do their best to get their stock back up. So I just encourage everyone out there to practice understanding and patience at this during this difficult time that we're all having. A lot of companies import diamond paintings. If they're US based companies, import diamond paintings so that they have them in stock and then ship them out. But if you can't get your stock, then of course you can't ship out your canvases, right? If you're a company like DIY Moonshop that has a lot of stuff made to order, then of course the made to order line is just ever longer and longer as things go on. I'm not sure how Treasure Studios Art manages their inventory or any of that, but it's challenging all around, no matter what the business model is. So my message to you is patience is a virtue, right? And it never hurts to be more patient and more kind than you feel is necessary. That's what my mother always said. I love my mother. She still could say it because she's still alive. But mostly when I was a kid, that's something she would say. Always be kinder than necessary. So that's sort of some info I have for you. If you've ordered or you have your eye on something and you're just feeling like it's taking forever for stock to come in, you're not imagining that. That is true. It's taking forever. But it's taking forever not because people are laying down on the job or any of that. It's taking forever because of so many factors that are out of everyone's control. But yeah, I got my DIY Moonshop kits. They're here. I'm super excited to show them to you. This is going to be like DIY Moonshop month here on the channel. It's going to be great. I love it. I'm hoping my local framing store is going to open soon because I really want to take my Lady of Shalott in and get it professionally framed. I'm running out of wall space because I have quite a few framed canvases up, but that's one that I just can't not frame it. It's my favorite. It's great. All right, so what's going on around here? It's spring, it's beautiful. I know it's almost June, which means I should be saying it's almost summer, but it's not almost summer where I live. It's full on spring where I live and just barely that, really. So we can't even plant anything here until Memorial Day weekend because it freezes all the way up until Memorial Day weekend, which is the weekend you'll be seeing this WIP and Chat. So I might be out planting things while this video is launching. And I love planting flowers, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I love looking at pretty things. That's just my fave. I am still teaching my lessons online. I have 2 more weeks to go, and I've decided to take June off with my teaching. I can't take June off of my day job. So for those of you who are kind of newish, I work as a paralegal by day and a piano teacher by night. And so I'm taking off the by night for the month of June because I've been teaching on Skype all 21 of my students, and it is too much screening. I can't take another day of sitting in front of a screen by day and then all evening as well. It's just too much for me. And my neck is killing me from the way I'm sitting, like moving my head between looking at the piano, looking at the computer I have set up next to me. I just feel awful physically, like physically awful because I'm so crinked up, and I just have to I just have to take a break. I've never once in 20 years taken that much time off from my studio, but I just have to. I just have to. So maybe you guys will be seeing a few more videos in June. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. We'll see how it goes. I may just go outside and enjoy nature too, because there's so little time where I live when it's not snowing. so I'm going to enjoy that while I can. Sophia, my artsy daughter Sophia, is submitting her AP Art portfolio today. So she's super relieved to have that finished. And then both kids, we don't wrap up school here until early June, I think about the 10th of June or so. And so I feel like with the online school, it may, in essence, wrap up a little earlier. So yeah, it's been the longest and the shortest school year in memory. And those of you with kids in school probably know exactly what I mean by that. It's been both the longest and shortest school year ever. In some way it seemed to go on forever. In other ways, it barely happened. So funny. This whole thing has been so funny. Not funny. Hopefully you know, when I say funny, I mean not at all funny. Funny like weird and surreal. The girls are taking their driver's test this week. So where we live, you have to do 50 hours each of supervised driving practice. And so since I have twins, that has meant 100 hours of driving practice, 100 hours of white knuckle driving practice. But we finally accomplished all 100 hours. And so the driver's test is supposed to happen this week. And then we will be white knuckle driving with licensed drivers and also paying $1 million for car insurance. So I feel like I've graduated to a whole new level of adulthood at this point. Once you get slapped with that car insurance bill, you've reached a new stage in your life, I feel like. My daughters are fun. So for those of you who don't know, I always forget, I talk to you like you've been around forever, but a lot of you haven't been around forever. In that case, welcome. It's good to have you. But I have 17-year-old twin daughters, and they're very sweet and also very funny. So this week was my husband and I's 21st wedding anniversary. And since the restaurants on our anniversary, no restaurants had yet really opened around us. Even if they had, I'm a chicken, I probably wouldn't go. So we've just been ordering in every now and then for the last couple months. But this week, my daughter Olivia, who's, it turns out, an outstanding cook. I don't know how this happened because I can't cook anything. I once burned an entire pot of 3 dozen Easter eggs, like blackened them, charred them into charcoal nuggets. I can't even make boiled eggs right. And so for me to have a child that can actually cook is amazing. But she hatched this plan that she was going to make us a restaurant for our anniversary. And so she made from scratch this delicious stuffed chicken dish. It was like chicken breast stuffed with mushrooms and onions, and it had like tomato sauce, but not in a weird way. It was like covered in tomato sauce and a little bit of toasted mozzarella on top. It was so good, you guys. So good. And she just made it from scratch. And then she made a tomato basil risotto from scratch. No recipe. I was amazed. And then my mom, my mom went to the grocery store and got some wine, and she was our sommelier. And then Sophia was the waitress, and it was fabulous. It was so good. So we had music in the background, we had a menu, and Sophia is very witty, and so the menu items were like lemonade, $36,000, water, not free. Like, it was just very cute. Very cute. And so we had a really good time, not going anywhere for our anniversary, but yet doing something really special. So that was fun. And of course, we had 80s music in the background because to my hubby, there is no other kind of music. Because I've said it before, he turned 40 and then literally turned 70. Like, we're in oldies mode all the time. And yeah, he's funny. He's funny. I love him. He's great. So, tell me in the comments below. I've asked 2 questions now. The first was, what's a bit of wisdom that you have learned living through this COVID era? Share a little bit of how that has changed your outlook. The second question is going to be, will you please, or prompt, I guess, not question. The second prompt is going to be, will you please just tell me something that's going on with you so that I can have some new inputs in my brain? Just tell me, like, what you've been doing. What are you diamond painting right now? Are you enjoying it? Tell me some stuff. My friends, tell me some stuff. You can just sit in your own brain way too much, don't you think? I do that, and then I start to get a little weird. I mean, I'm weird anyway, but I start to get even weirder. Like, weird in a truly weird way. Weird, like living in a cabin in the woods in Montana kind of way. Yeah. There are some unique characters that live in cabins in the woods up here. I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about where I live. That's where we're gonna go next. All right, so I live, like I've said 1,000 times, in Montana. For those of you who live outside of the US, hi there. Montana is in the northwestern US, and it is a big, big state with very few people, and it is half grassland and half mountains. So the eastern half is very grassy, plains, like breadbasket of the US kind of vibe over there. And then the western half is mountains and snow. Lots of snow. Lots and lots of snow. But I live in a town in the western half. One of the larger cities in the western half. We don't really have any large cities in Montana, really. Not by the standards of bigger places, but I live in one of the bigger cities in the western half. So, but the place I live is very unique in the sense that it is full of hippies. Literally full of hippies. It's fantastic. I mean, maybe it would bother some people. I don't know. But I tend to be like a pretty live and let live sort of person. So if you want to wear a cowboy hat and ride your horse into town and go through the coffee drive-through with your horse-drawn carriage, which I've literally seen. I've been behind one of those going through the coffee drive-through. Literally Clydesdale horses. and one of those wagons with a buckboard. That's what it's called. Literally a buckboard with Clydesdales in front of me in the coffee drive-thru. So we have that vibe going on, which I fully support. I loved it. It was great. If you want to wear your cowboy hat and your Wranglers, all the people who are from Montana are going to look at you kind of weird for the most part. But if you want to, come on over and do it. It's fine. But we also have full-on hippies. It's great. It's such an interesting mix of people. And then we have the very affluent people who've moved here from elsewhere. So it's sort of like those three categories of people all combining into sort of a magical vibe. I'm going to call it magical. A lot of people think it's weird, but I think it's pretty. I think variety is the spice of life. I really do. So we have like the old time farmers in their cowboy hats. And then we have the really affluent people who've come here and set up companies, and they just sort of think we're all charming, which is great. And then we have the hippies. And it's fabulous. So come visit. I'm not telling you where it is, I guess, so you can't really, but if you get in the general area even, you'll probably have a great time. Tell me a little about where you live, because I feel like each specific place in the world has its own vibe. So I grew up in the middle of nowhere in eastern Montana, like on the other half of Montana, where there is nothing and no one. And so the vibe of that place was very monochromatic and very slow. Like the pace of life was very slow, but also very insular. So it had like, there's a good and a bad to everything, right? And here, the vibe is just sort of this cool but strange mishmash. I don't know. I really like it. There's good and bad to everything, though, right? To absolutely everything. Here comes Sophia. What are you doing, Sophia?
I'm working on my art project.
She's doing it. Here comes the AP art portfolio. She was wrapping up her last piece. She and I went to bed at about the same time last night because I was working on this canvas and I can't stop working on it because it's fantastic. It's beautiful and it has flowers. And she was working on her AP art portfolio. But I feel like you're almost there. Sophia, I was asking my viewers a question. Do you want to answer it?
Sure.
Come closer. I'm conscripting her to be in the video today. I know she's always in my videos, and my other daughter is never in my videos. And it's not because I like Sophia more than the other daughter, just to be clear. It's because Sophia's here more often than the other one. So I was telling them, like, I think one of the things that I will take away from the whole COVID experience is a new appreciation for the little things in life. I was telling them about our beautiful tree. I showed them a picture of our beautiful tree.
Oh, yeah.
And how maybe before all this happened, that would have been just like, yeah, the tree is blooming and it's great. But now that I have nowhere to go and nothing to do, that's like more distracting. That tree is like the highlight of my whole week.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think is your takeaway? You might have to talk kind of loud.
Well, so we've been doing online school,
Yeah.
and I hate it.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, one of my bigger takeaways will probably be like appreciating going to school and being
Wow.
around other people.
Wow.
Because while I was in school, like, there's a lot of issues in school sometimes,
Yeah.
just with assignments and then, social stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I'll appreciate, like, being around people and being around my friends and being around my teachers and just being in school. I think I'll appreciate that a lot more.
Yeah. That's pretty huge, actually. Because school can be terrible.
Yeah.
So to hear that is yeah.
I don't
That's a good
think
one.
I'll end up loving all of it, but,
Yeah.
I think I'll appreciate it more.
Yeah. Man, your teachers have worked hard to make this whole thing work.
Yeah.
And you have too.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Thanks for sharing. TFS. We'll let her go do her important AP Art submission homework. Here's the other really, really super fun thing that's happened. In the spirit of like things that are not that important but really, really fun that give you a new appreciation of life. So my sister lives near us. She's a first grade teacher. And she has 3 corgis, and they're adorable. Well, she had 2 corgis, but the exciting news is this week she has a 3rd corgi. It's really, really adorable. So she got a corgi puppy, and her name is Pixie. And I'm going to stick in a gratuitous photo/video of Pixie right here. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? There is nothing cuter. There just isn't. Her full-grown adult corgis are also very cute and very well trained and very adorable. And now she has this little floppy, feisty, cute little one. So last night we went on a walk with my sister and this adorable puppy who's 11 weeks old and can already kind of walk on a leash because she's been trained by the other 2 dogs who are very stable and well behaved. So and they're old. That's why the 3rd corgi happened, because the other 2 are getting old. So that's been another exciting bit of stuff that's happened recently. All right. I'm getting close on this little section. We've been at it for 46 minutes and I've been talking, which means I'm slow. So it never ceases to amaze me how much faster round drills are than square drills. It's just like night and day. It's great. I like to alternate my canvases, so I sort of do a round and then a square and then a round and then a square, just because I like a little variety. I'm one of those people that can't do the same thing all the time. So if I do a particular kind of video, it takes me a little while before I can mentally do another one just like it, because I don't like routine very much. I like new. So if I felt like I had to do the same kind of video on I admire people who can be more scheduled, but if I had to be like, I'm gonna do a whip and chat every third Saturday and a how-to every first Saturday, or a coloring video every fourth Saturday, I just couldn't do it. I don't think I could. I don't think I could stick to it, because I just like variety. I like changing it up pretty often. But I do try. When people say, will you make X kind of video, I do try to get to it. I move it up on the radar a little bit, for sure. But I sort of have to be in the mood too. I can't do something I'm not in the mood for. It's one of my bigger personal flaws, I would say, in a way. I'll do anything to try to make people happy. That's one of my other big flaws. We all have many. We just have to acknowledge them and do our best, right? I struggled for a lot of years. I have struggled for a lot of years with being a people pleaser, and that's really a hard thing to get past. But as I get older, I find that I'm getting better at living for myself, taking care of my own needs a little bit better, but I think it's taken me a long time to get there. I used to just bend over backwards. I still give a lot of my time to various causes for free, and I enjoy every minute of it, and it's for fun and for free, and it's great. But I used to do that just about to the point of exhaustion. So I've gotten a little bit better as time goes by. I don't know how you guys are when you diamond paint, but if I have a clear cover and I can see all the areas surrounding an object, I feel like I have to finish the object before I'm done with that section. So I've been trying on this canvas a little bit of just strips of masking tape so that I can cut my clear cover. And I think I like that method. I think it's working really well. A lot of people use parchment paper, but that's such a danger, I feel like, because so many people just have... I've been contacted by a lot of people saying that their parchment paper isn't completely reliable. So as with anything, you should always test that on a small area. If you're going to replace your clear cover, don't replace the whole thing without testing a little area. But this is easy, I think, the masking tape strips, because I can just sort of cut up to an area that I want to work on. I'm learning to love the clear cover. I love poured glue. I don't always love the clear cover. All right. I think I'm at a point where I feel like I finished this object, which is great. I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to show you something I did to part of this canvas that I just want to show you that I'm excited about, but I'm going to have to move things around to do that, so I'll be right back. If you're familiar with DIY Moon Shop and you've ordered from them before, you may know that they do something or offer something called a special treatment, which is just like fancy drills that you can add to various parts of your canvas. Now, when I ordered this one, I didn't really know how to order the special treatment. I didn't know if I wanted to do that. Since then, I've been thinking about how cool it would be to sort of add a little pizzazz to this one. And so I was hoping to get some sparklers from Teemaw, but she was only selling on Facebook at the time. She has since launched her website, which I'll stick in the description below. If you're a fan of special drills, you're gonna love that. Since I didn't have access to those when I started, she kind of would sell a number and then close her orders and fill those and restart. I never could seem to catch the ordering window on that because I'm not on Facebook very much. So I just happen to have in my stash some of these Diamond Dotz drills. And they're kind of special drills. This is the only Diamond Dotz color that I've purchased since they launched their individual containers. But these are sort of like diamond finish. I don't know how to say it. They're sort of rainbow-esque. They're really, really pretty. And so I was wondering what to do with them. And I thought maybe it would be cool to just add some of those into her dress over here and sort of give this a special treatment, but on my own, I guess. So these did fit the size of my round drills. These are standard size, so they must be 2.8. Yeah, 2.8 millimeter, which is kind of standard round drill size. So let's see if you can see what I sort of did over here. My lighting probably isn't perfect to show you, but I just sort of scattered some of those on the bodice of her dress in as random a fashion as I could. And I think it's so pretty. I think I might be ordering a special treatment for all of my DIY Moonshop canvases from here on out, and or patronizing Teemaw's store to get some little fun things to add, because that was a blast to do. So here we are. I finished up this butterfly over here. You can kind of see with my plastic over it. There it is. Of course, I'll keep you posted on how this canvas unfolds. I don't think it's going to take me very long. And I'll be back to show you a couple more canvases from DIY Moonshop and to announce that mystery artist launch on June 5th. So, like I said, there's a really, really exciting surprise coming for my viewers. So stay tuned. I'm thrilled about that. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you stay safe. I hope you find some joy in every day. I hope you bring some kindness to the world. And I hope someone brings some kindness to you this week as well. Have a wonderful week. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.